things. So I just wanted to bring it up so you could discuss it this evening and see where we need to go.
Chuck, how do they do smoke suppression?
Well, it's a matter of controlling the fire. The fire, fire is three. It's probably like that. Sorry. The fire is three components. It's fuel, it's heat, it's oxygen, and you manage one of those three elements to manage the fire. Okay, so far you doing fine? Okay. My stint with the U.S. Forest Service was putting out fires. I'm a little bit familiar with it. So I'm not. I think the review process is significant. The permitting process is significant. It's one of those things that every site's different. There's limits on them in terms of wind speeds, and humidity and moisture in the air, and all those sorts of things. So fire suppression and the smoke control deals with one of those three elements. The issue here is the high moisture content that we have, in the groundwater. I think it's going to be a question, in most cases, of fuel availability to have a sufficient fire. You burn a prairie, you get some pretty rip-roaring short-term fires. But a woodland burn like this, it's a slower moving thing. It's on, it's out, it's on, it's out. So it's a slower process. So I think those are really the only issues that I'd be focused on is the smoke suppression, because that's a pretty pervasive thing. It's out of control with the smoke. So.
I'm in favor of the concept, but I don't know how safe is this if it's done right.
If it's done properly with professionals, our experience has been that it's very safe. They do a good job of controlling it. This happens occasionally throughout the fire district. The Forest Preserves do it on a regular basis.
Well, there's no homes in the Forest Preserve.
Village of Lincolnshire does it occasionally around the Village Hall where they have the marshy areas. So we are experienced with this going on, and my experience over 29 years is it's relatively safe.
If we have somebody who's qualified, so we'll be very strict if we do approve this. We have a qualified person do it, not just the landscaper, somebody else doing it. The other issue is, again, smoke, because every time there's a fire, burning leaves or anything like that, I always get calls saying, why you're allowing this. So there's always somebody who's uncomfortable. And the second issue,
Well, I think that's a good point, Meredith. And the other issues, I know there are people. I'm in the wrong business really because of my allergies and asthma. I should have been an accountant or something. But I deal with that. But I know there are people that are very sensitive to that, and that's one of the reasons we expanded the notification area. And if we feel that that's an issue, then it could be one of the reasons we would not maybe not do it. So I think those are the kind of fine-tuning things we can do here. But this was our first application. I wanted to move it forward, get the discussion.
Chuck, are you proposing this merely for contractors, or are you proposing this for homeowners as well?
Well, you heard the word professionals. I think that's key.
No way. No.
I think that's
No
key. I think that it's really. I don't know. There may be some homeowners that could meet the EPA requirements of that, but I would doubt it. Quite frankly, there's certificates in there in terms of training. My sense also is that all the contractors that we have work on village things have to provide a certificate of insurance. These people that apply for this have met all these requirements. The only thing that they haven't done that I'm aware of is notify people within 1,000 feet.
Right.
Because their submittal was based on the original EPA report.
Well, I just wanted to clarify that my understanding is there is no prohibition for a homeowner burning on his own property. So what we're suggesting is restricting the homeowner's right. I just want to make sure that's clear.
But yeah, I don't know if there is a prohibition on the homeowners or not. But I think that we've had I don't remember what it is. There have been occasions when those kind of things have gotten out of control. When people do that. So my recommendation would be that it should be a permitted thing. It should be professional people.
I think we do prohibit open burning right now in the village ordinance. We limit, we don't prohibit outright, but we limit the conditions under which someone engages in open burning. We require that the area be 5 by 5 by 5.
So let's see, we have required where it's at, we have to have a hose in, we have a ring.
I misspoke. It's not that we don't prohibit it altogether, but we regulate it currently. So this kind of open burning would be different. And maybe the question.
Not the same kind.
This is prescribed burning.
Well, I guess maybe the question I have is, does the application for permit from the state of Illinois, does that cover all the requirements that we want to see addressed here, or do we need to have our own I don't see here that we would have our own permit procedure. And how would we dovetail,
Well,
if they're applying, they have to apply, I see it, there's an open burning permit to the state of Illinois, and I'm not sure what they have to do to get.
I think, Steve, maybe we're going to say something like that. So it's a pretty, I can make you a copy of that packet if you'd like to look at it, but I think it's pretty extensive. It's really the key to the whole.
I'm just suggesting that maybe that a village permit ride on tandem with that, where we get copied on everything, and basically if they comply with that plus.
Well, that's part of the submittal.
Right, they have to submit to it.
These are all the submittals they have to make. And these submittals include that EPA permit plus all the local notifications.
I think we would probably need to have an ordinance providing for that kind of permit.
Yes.
Okay, so we'll get Bruce working on an ordinance.
Okay, very good.
Thank you.
May I ask a question?
Yes, sir.
My question is, why does such a small piece of property like his right next door to me need this kind of burning? It's a small piece of property in the backyard. And I don't understand the purpose of this burning, which is going to develop a lot of smoke and which is going to also not only impact me, neighbor next door, and the neighbor next back, in back of him. It's a small little area. What does he have to burn for? That's my question.
Well, the burning process is one of the management tools that's used in woodland management to help manage the invasives. And some plants require this seed germination on a lot of plants. It requires heat to do that. It's one of the tools that's used in maintaining prairies and all those sorts of things. There's really you could have plants in an area the size of this room, and it'd be one of your effective management tools. So it's just one of the options that property owners have to manage what they're trying to manage, whether it's a woodland or a prairie or whatever. So if you don't do that, you do management techniques that are all mechanical in nature. Might include herbicides, might include physical removal of things, and those sorts of things.
Well, I just hope that it's managed properly and watched carefully by the village and by you. Please.
Yeah, that's our goal.
Please.
At the bottom of the sheet I handed out is all
That's what we're trying to do.
Yeah,
all the
I
phone numbers
understand.
they have to call. I personally plan on being there, and I have pretty good experience with this sort of thing. So I appreciate your comments, and that's what we want to. I think it's important to see what this, try this and see how this works. But I don't see any reason to be able to go.
Comments by Mr. Mike Cohen. Thank you. Mike, any more questions?
Thank you.
Engineers report.
The only thing I have is just to let the board know that we've completed the culvert and head wall replacement at 975. The culverts that we had discussed here. That's all I have.
Russ? EPA? Land Commission report. Nothing, right? Land Commission report?
Yes, sir. I'm going to go stand up here. Good evening. Tonight we're here, at least I'm here, representing the rest of the plan commissioners to present you with a draft of a new fence ordinance. The mayor had asked us to review the current fence ordinance, and so the commission took that about 4 or 5 months ago. Our deliberations took over 4 meetings. Probably took about 10 hours minimum in those 4 meetings. There were resident attendees at all meetings, and I believe I'm very comfortable in saying at the meetings everybody had an opportunity to